Well, hello. I wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for 2022. Now, I started on a low buy, no buy back in 2020, and I made up my rule book, and I know why I needed to do this. So, in the past year and a half, I've managed to pay off um, let me see, about $8,000 of debt. Some of it was for things that I had bought several years before that, um, and that includes spending down what I owe on my car. So I have made good progress in the last couple years, and I plan on doing that. I don't have a credit card per se that I use. I do buy things on Amazon, but any other credit card I pretty much have gotten rid of. Um, and I use my debit card, credit card, whatever you want to call it. So the cash from that comes out of my savings account. So I have not accrued any new debt other than like Amazon. Now over Christmas, I did charge something at Costco, and that was like $300, but I've already paid half of that off. So last year, I continued my low no spend journey. I didn't document it, but I continued on that journey and continued to pay off debt and not accrue a lot of new debt. Like I said, other than Amazon. That is my one Achilles heel at this point. I don't owe a ton of money on Amazon, but it still needs to be paid for. So now in 2022, I plan to go back to my original 2020 rules, and I'm going to go over those with you, and then I'm going to let you know what was a failure and where I need to improve as time goes on. So let me get right into my rules, and they pretty much haven't changed much. They've been continuous. So let me tell you what I've done over this is going to be year number 3 where I'm on a low no spend. And for me, this is a new lifestyle. This is not something I'm going to do for a month or two. Do I fall off the wagon? Absolutely. But I get right back on the wagon. You know, I go on toots where I spend too much and then money's really tight, but I don't continue on that path. I will just get back on the wagon and say, okay, I blew it. I'm going to get back on there and continue on my path. So anyway, I think I'm being successful for the most part, not 100%, but I am being successful with most of what I'm doing with my no low spends. And this year I want to pay off even more of debt. And that's why I'm doing these freezer challenges along with having to do it because, like I said, I lost my outdoor freezer. But it's really made me take a look at my food shopping habits. And I'm not going to become a minimalist foodie. I'm just not going to do that because I think it's important to have backup food, and I have plenty of that. But like I've said before, I don't need to continue to build my stash because that can get a little overwhelming too, and it all needs to be managed. So without further ado, let me take you to my 2022 rules, which are pretty much the same as my 2020 rules. And I also have a couple playlists of my previous low-no spends if anybody's interested in seeing what I did to get started. So let me take you along with my rules. So I dug out my financial book, my budget book, and I still have my no low buy goals for 2020 in here. So I'm going to go with that, and I've just been reading them over, and I did pretty well on no low buy. I didn't go on the clothing sprees I used to go on. I didn't buy a whole lot of big ticket items, but I can improve, and a lot of these things that I have on here, some of them I've accomplished and some of them I have not. So, but the no buy and the low buy is going to stay the same for 2022. So this was for 2020, and basically it's an ongoing thing for me that I'm training myself to live a more frugal life. So some of my no buy, or yeah, these are my no buy. No new makeup because I have a ton of makeup, don't need it. No new nail polish. You guys know my nail polish collection is ridiculous. So no new nail polish. If I want to make a new color, I can always mix two colors together. You know, take an older nail polish and mix them together. So I'm going to try that and see how that works. Um, who knows? You know, I need to use up some of that stuff. Um, no new socks. I have a lot of socks. And yes, I just bought some socks, fuzzy socks. Um, so I'm going to try not to buy any more socks. No new stationery. I have a lot of notebooks and paper, and I do like notebooks. So here I have a notebook, and I have another notebook inside where I'm making some more notes. So I do like notebooks, but I have plenty of those. I'm not going to buy any more of those. No new home decor. I don't need any more home decor. I have no space for anything, so I don't need that. No new lotions. I have a lot of lotions. I have enough to last me for a year, so I don't need to buy any more. That doesn't include facial things like some of the oils that I put on my face. I'm talking about just lotions, hand lotions, body lotions. I have plenty that I need to use up. No new cleaning products. I have tons of cleaning products that I want to use up. Now, the only thing that I may buy when I run low is some Windex because I use that a lot. So I may buy that. I don't know. That'll be a low buy instead of a no buy. This is going to be a tough one for me. No new kitchen appliances. So if there's any kitchen appliances that I want, I better buy them before January 1st because I am liking those little Dash or what's the other brand? Well, whatever it is. I am liking those and I'm using those a lot. Okay, this is another one that's going to be tough for me. No new cookbooks because you know, I have a very, very extensive cookbook collection, but I need to start looking at those and not just reading them and shelving them and, you know, doing nothing else with them until a new cookbook comes out because I have a whole educational process going on there in as far as vegan cooking goes. So no new cookbooks, and that's going to be a tough one for me. I also had on here from 2020, no new books. Now, I do like to go on Amazon and read those little ebooks that they have really cheap. Some of them are free, some of them are cheap. I download them on my computer and my phone and my Kindle. That way, if I'm somewhere where I'm bored, I can read those. So within limits. Let's make that a low buy. No new house plants. I have plenty of house plants. Um, in fact, I have some upstairs that I bought for the summer outside. They were tropical plants and like a banana, little mini banana tree and a bird of paradise that I brought in for the winter. So I'm going to try and not buy any new house plants. Um, No new skincare products. Well, that goes with the lotion. Only replacements. So if I use up something that I like to use on my face, then I will replenish that, but only to replenish it. I'm not stocking up on it because it goes bad. No new prepared food products. By that I'm talking about, oh, like boxed foods, that are convenience foods. I don't want to buy any new of those. I have some. I don't have a ton of that stuff, but I want to use up what I have. So I don't want to buy any more of those unless I absolutely have to, or if I use one that I really, really like I'll still buy boxes of macaroni and cheese and that sort of thing, but I'm not going to go up and down the aisle at the grocery store and buy more prepared products. Um, no clothes shopping sprees. So that means I'm not going to go out and buy, 5 of this and 10 of that because I used to do that. So none of that. No, no, no. No new craft supplies, except replacements. I've been talking about going back to making jewelry and all that stuff, which I haven't done in a long time. I still would like to do that, but I don't want to continue to buy and buy and buy craft supplies. I mean, what I have mostly is jewelry supply making and also painting things. Now I will, if I use up a, a thing of paint, I will replace that, but I don't need more paint. And I have canvases, I have easels, I have brushes, so I'm not buying any more new of that this year. So that's my no buy list from 2020 that I'm going to follow again for 2022. Now my low buy, weekly only produce that I can eat. Now by buying produce, I'm going to mainly buy frozen once I cook down my freezer stash, like the green beans and corn, peas, mixed vegetables, broccoli, all those things. I actually prefer the frozen to fresh because if I have fresh produce in my refrigerator, it's always in the back of my head, oh, you got to use that up, hurry up, use that up. And I just end up cooking too much food just to cook it down. So I only want to buy like lettuce, tomatoes, maybe some celery and carrots and avocados. So that's it, but not a ton, only enough that I can eat down in a week because after that it starts to spoil. So pet treats, I'm only going to buy what I use. They're used to a certain routine. They get a treat in the morning and then they get one of those treats that kind of keeps their teeth clean at night and once in a while in between. And in the past, I have made dog treats. I think I have a video about that. I'm not sure, but I think I do somewhere. And they really like them. So I will either make my own or only buy those that I need. But I do stock those ahead. So I will just keep up what I have and rotate it. Um, Prepared vegan foods. I don't want to buy a lot of the pre-made vegan things. I'm really going to try hard to make my own because honestly, I like the way they taste better. And if I do buy prepared vegan foods, it's just for convenience. It's not because I like the taste of them, because honestly, I think my own homemade is way better. I don't want to buy a lot of bread. I always bought a lot of bread because I didn't want to go to the store. And the rolls that I really like, sometimes they're out of them. So I buy too many and I stick them in the freezer. Then they go to the back of the freezer and they get dry and crystallized. And I don't want to do that. So, and I want to bake more bread. Um, I have in the past. So I will bake bread rather than go out and buy it all the time. Now I will buy it when I need it. Um, this is going to be a tough one for me too, but this isn't going to happen till springtime. Nursery garden plants and garden supplies. Now I did buy those stackable things from the Dollar Tree because the last couple years they've been out of those, and I do want to have a garden and I want to put my herbs in those. So I did buy those, but I don't want to buy any more. I have a lot of seeds that I want to use up. I will probably buy some fresh seeds in the spring or in the early spring now, late winter, so I can do my starts. But I'm cutting way back on what I plant in my garden as well. So, all right, K-cups. I buy a minimal of K-cups. I usually like to do my own. But when I have company, I do like to offer them a cup of coffee that's made with the K-cups. But I don't, that's a low buy item. It's not a no buy, it's a low buy. These are all low buys, by the way. Um, Gifts. Okay, I'm going to limit the gifts to birthdays and Christmas. Um, in the past, I've been one that would go buy my grandkids a ton of clothes. You know, I buy little gifts throughout the year, sometimes for my kids. And I have to stop doing that because they don't need anything. They don't want anything. So, and my grandkids, they have a taste of their own now. So it's not like when they were little and I could pick out an outfit that I thought was adorable. So it's kind of a waste of money and time for me to do that. So that'll be a low buy thing, and I have set limits as to how much I will spend for birthdays and Christmas. The supplements that I take, I found supplements now that I like that seem to do me some good. They're not cheap, but I do get them from Amazon. I have them on auto ship. So I'll continue to buy those and replenish them and keep one in reserve and use one. So I will low buy on those. Um, Clothes, all right. Replace one outfit a month maybe if I want to, but I don't even see myself buying an outfit every month. But I'm going to leave that open in in a low buy. Sweet treats. I don't really eat that many sweets, and I still have Christmas cookies. I have lots of chocolate that I do like. Um, I'm not a big, cake and cupcake and pie person, but I want to limit that. First of all, I need to lose about 10 pounds, which would be good. And secondly, it's not healthy. So I'm going to limit that sort of thing. Only a couple more. Prepared snack foods. There's certain things that I do like. I like um, sour cream and chive Lay's potato chips. So once in a while, if I have a sandwich, I like to have those, or I have a few as a snack. I'll eat maybe 10 of them. I don't sit and eat a whole bag, but I will low buy those and allow those. And I do like the prepared tortilla chips. I like those better than the ones where you take your own tortillas and make your own. I've done that before and it didn't appeal to me. So I will buy those. I keep those as snacks because I like salty, crunchy snacks as opposed to sweet snacks. Um, I want to low buy on holiday food for this coming up year. I still want to use up what I have. So that I want to low buy on. Low buy on condiments. I try all these different condiments. Some I like, some I don't. I want to use up what I have. There's a few that I will replenish, maybe keep one in reserve, and that's it. And last but not least, only basic groceries. I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of new things that I may or I may not like. So I'm going to stick to the basics. So those are some of the things. And then I also have a list of things that I can buy. Let's see. Like I can take educational classes and the materials that I need. So if I wanted to take an educational class on photography, that would be allowed. Or, that's just an example. I'm allowing myself one time a week inexpensive lunches with my family or friends. A week $25 limit, that's it. I probably won't even do that because I don't even go out once a week unless I go out with Tom, and then he usually treats me. So that is going to be a low buy, but I can roll it over into the next month if I so want to. I'm going to allow myself one clothing outfit per month if I need it, and I can put that in a fund so that down the road, in 3 months, if I find a more expensive outfit or something, which I never do. I mean, I'm a Walmart and Mark's markdown gal as far as my clothes go. So I am allowing that. I'm allowing myself a $20 splurge once a month if I want to go to the Dollar Tree, which I don't go that often anymore, but if I get that I gotta buy something urge, I'll just go to the Dollar Tree and spend $20 or $10 or whatever and call it good. But that sort of rewards me for not buying a lot of stuff. So let's see. Printer cartridges, I'm going to allow myself to buy those, of course, because I print off a lot of recipes. Of course, medications are allowed. Necessary pet supplies as they come up, and monthly or every couple months, because I'm driving a lot more since I'm going to my mother's a lot. Full tank of gas. I do keep my gas whenever I see the gas prices dropped. I fill up my tank, even if it's only a quarter of a tank, and that way I keep the gas prices down. So I do that. Of course, we talked about the groceries, only basics, and as I use up stuff in my stash, I can replenish that, but I'm no longer building a food stash. I have enough. And dog grooming. So every 2 or 3 months, I will take my fuzzy friends to the groomer to have their nails done and that. So that is my 2022 list of no buy and low buy. So are you guys going to do a no buy, low buy? And I want to do this for a whole year. So What are you guys up to? Are you guys doing a no-low buy? Are you cooking along with me, cooking down your food that you have that you don't want to waste, that that you want to use up? So let me know in the comments below what's up with you guys. All right, so those are all my rules. And what I did was I made myself a list. I keep this in my financial book, and it's low spend year challenge goals. I put all my goals down. You can do this, yay me. So I put all my goals down, page 1. Then I put my low buy rules. These are my no buys. So I listed all those. Those are things that I don't want to buy. Is it a challenge? Yes. Do I sometimes do it anyway? Yes. But then it's like I don't go and continue to do that. And these are my low buys. I made another page, totally all my low buys. So that's the next page. And these are the allowed buys. And as you can see, I started in 2020. These are the things I'm allowed to spend money on. Does that mean I go crazy with this? No, it doesn't mean that at all. So that's the first thing that I did. I sat down with myself and I had a little chat, and I really thought about, it's not like, okay, I'm just gonna, it's like when you start a diet. I'm never gonna eat pasta. I'm never gonna eat potatoes. I mean, you set yourself up to fail when you do that. So, but I sat myself down and I realistically asked myself, what are my goals? What do I want to accomplish by doing this? Because if you just say, I'm just going to do a no low buy and you don't have any goals in mind, it's like going on a walk and just wandering aimlessly. So you have to have a plan, you have to have a map. It's like a map. So anyway, very important to write everything down, get it clear in your head what you want to do and how you want to get there. So that's first of all, and that's right in the front of my budget book. And the next thing that I do, I got myself a very, very simple calendar with lines where I can write. Now for January, I haven't filled this out yet, but I'm going to write down when all my bills are due. And sometimes I color code this. The bills are one color. If I buy something, I put that usually in red, like if I purchased groceries or if I purchased something on Amazon, that goes in red. The bills will go in green or whatever color you choose. And I do this every month, very simple way to keep track of your finances. Then at the end of the week, you can add it up, how much you spend, and it helps you see where your weaknesses lie. So I do that. And it's so easy when you just use a calendar. If I use a spreadsheet and I have to go on the computer every time I want to write something down, I don't do it. It's like, oh, I'm busy, I'll do it later, and then I forget. So I don't do that. I found for me, this is the simplest way. I can keep this right in my budget book, right in the front, and I can see my plan and where I'm going. This is another roadmap. So I do that. And that's pretty simple. And I try not to overspend. That's how I got myself into debt to begin with, living a little above my means for a few years, even if it's just $1,000 or $2,000, within 3 years, if you overspend $2,000, that's $6,000, you're in the hole. So I'm trying really hard to stay on the path. And the longer I do this, the better I get at it and the easier it is. I mean, for me, this now is a lifestyle. low buy, no buy. Usually it goes into a low buy, but it keeps me focused and not going willy-nilly and crazy on everything. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you a couple of things where I'm not real successful. Let's see, no buys. Okay. Have I bought nail polish in the last 2 years? Yes. Have I bought socks? Yes. Home decor? Not really. You know, new lotions? No. New cleaning products other than Windex, something like that? No. New cookbooks? Maybe a couple, but not like I used to. So I have to focus on that. Let's see. Clothes, I've bought clothes, but they're on my low buy list, so that's okay. Craft supplies, no, I have not bought any craft supplies probably in the last, well, since I started this, because I have a whole room full of craft supplies. I have everything I ever would want to craft anything pretty much. So, but there's candles is on my no buy. Yeah, I've bought candles at Dollar Tree, but I do use those. I've bought makeup, so I can improve in a lot of these things. On my low buys, I did pretty good on the low buys. Those I'm pretty good with. It's the no buys that I need to work on. So every year I get a little better at it, and hopefully I will improve this year over the last couple years. But I need to focus more strongly, and I want to do this for this whole year. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I know some of you out there are struggling with finances or struggling with a shopping addiction, which is what I had. I mean, that's what I had to break. I had to break my shopping addiction. I would go out and I would spend money just for the fun of it. I can't do that anymore. And I know my triggers. There's certain stores that I have very minimal contact with. The less often I go into a store, the better off I am. My triggers are Marks because they always have great deals there. Probably, well, I'd have Walmart. Walmart's another one. So Marks and Walmart are my greatest culprits. I go into the Dollar Tree and I do buy stuff there that, but that's sort of a place that I allow myself. I'm not going to go in there and spend $100. I may spend 30 or, usually it's maybe 10, but anyway, I do allow myself that. But I know those are my triggers. So if you're struggling with shopping addiction, know what places trigger your shopping addiction. If you're a crafter and you go crazy with crafts, stay out of the craft stores. Just don't go there. Don't go on Amazon and look at all the craft things. Don't watch videos that give you more ideas than you could ever complete in a lifetime. I mean, that's what I did. I like I said, I have a whole room that's my craft room, or and I just had to stop. If I went into a store, I had to not look at the beads. I had to not look at the paint supplies. I just had to stay away from that. So clothes, same thing, stay out of the clothes section at Walmart. Just go where you have to go and just stay out of that section. So anyway, those are just some of the tips that have helped me over the last 3 years get over my shopping addiction. And now I'm to the point where I actually hate to shop. I hate to go to the store. I hate to stop at the store. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to spend my time doing that anymore. It wasn't easy to do that, but it can be done. And it's a process. You're not going to accomplish it all in in a week, and even a month. It's going to take you probably a year to break the habit. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. And if you're on a journey like this, I want to wish you strength and blessings in the way that you can continue on your journey, whatever that may be. So I love you guys. I want to wish you abundant blessings, but not too much abundance. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself, but don't be so good to yourself that you can't say, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.